Welcome to the course on cloud computing. In this session, we are going to see advantages of cloud computing. So, advantages of cloud computing are backup and restore data, improved collaboration, excellent accessibility, low maintenance cost, mobility, services in pay-per-use, unlimited storage capacity. So, we'll see one by one. First one is the data backup and restoration. So cloud computing offers the data backup and restoration. So we can easily backup our data and we can easily restore whenever there is a necessity to restore the data. So generally the data will be lost due to the environment reasons like earthquakes or disasters. So in such cases we can easily get the data from the other locations. So as the data will be maintained in several locations with the help of the cloud computing. So whenever there is a loss of data, and we can easily get the data from the other locations. Second one is improved collaborations. So in this advantage, the people will work together on documents, projects, and the data. So thanks to the shared storage in the cloud, so multiple people are going to be work on the same documents, projects, and the data. As a team, they can work and they can collaborate with each other to share their experiences and to share their work with the other people. Next one, excellent accessibility. So users can access their data from anywhere in the world in a less time. So with the help of an internet connection. So the data will be stored somewhere else. We can easily get data in a less time. Next one is cost effective maintenance. Organizations using cloud computing can save money on both hardware as well as software upkeep. So when you are using the cloud computing, the service provider will take care about the latest softwares as well as hardwares. So they will maintain the upkeep components, both software as well as hardware. So user need not to worry about these things, and the user will not worry about the infrastructure investments. Upkeep and updates. So the service provider will take care about infrastructure upkeep, security patches, and updates. So these will freezing the organization from having to handling these duties themselves. So this frees up IT teams time and resources to work on higher value projects like application development, data analysis, or strategic initiatives instead of wasting them on rote upkeep and updates. So updates as well as upkeeps will be handled by the service provider. Next one is mobility. So the cloud computing makes it simple for mobile devices to access the data. So we can access the data either from tablets or mobile phones or anywhere from the anywhere in the world. So easily we can access the services of the cloud with the help of the internet. Next, pay-per-use model. So cloud computing uses pay-per-use business model. So this enables companies to only pay for the services they utilize instead of paying the how much time they are using the services. Rather, they are pay for only the less amount. For example, if you are keeping your data in the cloud 24 hours, so how much time you are downloading the data. For that only you are paying the money. Scalable storage capacity. So business can virtually store and manage limitless amount of data. There is no limit to keep your data in the cloud. So you can store unlimited storage. So that storage maybe includes the different types of data, including documents, photos, audio, video, and other kinds of files you can store as part of your data. Next, enhanced data security. So when you are keeping your data in the cloud, you may think about the security. The service provider will take care about the security in the cloud. There are the two terms related to the security here. First one is the security of the cloud, security in the cloud. When you are moving data from your system to the cloud, you should take care about your data. But when you keep the data in the cloud, the service provider will take care about the data. That is, the security will be provided by the service provider. So to offer this one, the various security features it will offer, like encryption in the sense what the data will be stored in the unreadable format, and access limit in the sense what only for specific users are going to be access the data. Access limit will be done with the help of the identity access management, IAM. That is, the roles will be given to the users like owner, admin, user, such that the permissions will be given to the users. And regular security audits. So the service provider will keep on auditing the security policies. So with this, business can rest easily knowing that their important data is secure. So by offering all these services by the service provider, the users will come to know the data will be secure in the cloud. Disaster recovery and the business continuity. So businesses can quickly bounce back from any unforeseen disasters or disruption. So this feature will be available when you are getting the data again from the backup. Suppose if anything goes wrong with the data, that is, you assume you are losing your data due to the environment disasters or earthquakes like that. So you may think that the data may be lost, but the service provider will give the assurance that the data never lost once you keep in the cloud. So the data backup will be done automatically by the service provider. So if the data will be lost in one location, the cloud will get that data from the other location. So that is possible with the help of the disaster recovery, and your business will be continued. Agility and innovation. So business can continue to be innovative and thanks to the cloud computing. That is, the organization quickly embrace new solutions, test out new emerging trends, and promote corporate growth. Next one is green computing. So what is the green computing? So the practice of using technology in a way that it reduces the environment impact by maximizing the use of computer resources, lowering energy use, and minimizing e-waste. So cloud computing may support environmental sustainability. So this is the advantage we have in the cloud green computing. By utilizing technologies like virtualization and load balancing to maximize the use of computer resources, the service provider can operate large-scale data centers built for energy efficiency. So this results in low energy usage and smaller carbon footprint. These are all the advantages of cloud computing. Next, coming to the disadvantages of cloud computing. First one is the vendor reliability and downtime. This is the first disadvantages. The service provider can face outages or downtime. So whatever the services you are requesting, those services will not be available all the time. So sometimes the services will goes down. So you may get the notifications, for example, you may get the notifications from the banks generally. So during this period of time, the services will be downtime. So that is due to the updations of their softwares, their systems. So in such cases, the services will be goes down. Second one is internet dependency. So in the cloud computing, the services will be accessed with the help of internet only. So without the internet, we are unable to access the cloud services. So we are majorly dependent on the internet. So we require the fast internet connection for accessing the cloud services. So business operations may be delayed or interrupted if there are any connectivity problems or interruptions in the internet. Next one, limited control and customization. So whatever the services you are requesting from the service provider, there will be a fixed infrastructure. You need not to make as per your requirement. Customization will be limited. So whatever the services they are offering, you have to utilize those services only. So according to your requirement, you cannot make the customization as much as needed. So this is the one most important disadvantage you have. So if your application is not requesting the customization what they are offering, so in the cases you have to move to the other service provider. Next, to data security and concerns about the privacy. So unauthorized access to the data or data breaches can have serious consequences, including financial loss, reputational harm, and legal obligations. So if the service provider will not give the security to your data, unauthorized persons can access your data. So this will breaches the security in the data. So that may be given to the big loss to you as well as your organization. So that leads to the financial loss to you as well as your organizations. Next one is hidden costs and pricing models. So business should be wary to the hidden charges, data transfer fees, additional storage cost, fees for specialized support or technical assistance, and expenses related to the regularity compliance are few examples. So all these are the hidden costs. So these costs will not exposed by the service provider when you are taking the agreement or when you are doing the when you are taking the account to the service provider. All these are the hidden cost. So you should take care about all these well in advance. Dependency on the service provider. So the users will much dependent on the service provider and their services. So it is dependent on that provider's dependability, financial security, and longevity. Data location and compliance. So when the data is stored in the cloud, it frequently sits in the numerous data centers around the globe. So that may be governed by the multiple legal systems and data protection laws. So this is the most important point. When you are keeping the data in the data centers, you should obey the local governing policies. So some applications are valid in some countries and some applications are not valid in other countries. So you should obey the rules and regulations of the local government policies. So as the terminology of the cloud or the features of the cloud, we can keep the data in the cloud. Once you keep the data in the cloud, that data can be accessed anywhere in the world. That is the feature we have in the cloud. But when you are accessing the data, or data in the sense what applications are something else, we should obey the local government policies. As I said, example, some applications are valid in one countries, those applications are not valid in other countries. So you should obey the local governing policies. Next topic is coming to the examples of cloud computing. So here are some examples of cloud computing. First one is the healthcare. So with the help of the cloud computing, the doctors are going to be share the patient information quickly from one place to another place. So quickly they are sharing the patient's information. So due to this feature, they are going to be save the cost. So this allowing large data file transfers instantly. This feature will ultimately increase the efficiency of the information. Next, in the educational field. So the cloud computing also entered in the educational field. The educational institutes for using the services of the cloud, for example, in the distance learning, it offers the various services for universities, colleges, professors and teachers to reach the thousands of students all around the world. Like the company Google and Microsoft offering the various services free of charge to the faculties, teachers, professors and students from various learning institutes. For example, if you take the Google service provider is offering Google Classroom, Google Forms, Google Sheets, Google Docs. We take the Google Classroom. As a teacher, we can keep my content in the Google Classroom. As a user, students can access the information from anywhere. So when I am working in one educational institute, I can create the digital content and that content I can place in the classroom, and I will add the users, that is the students in the classroom, and as a student they can access the information. I will give the permission to the students for accessing the information. This is the second example, that is the as a educational institutes they are using the cloud services indirectly or the directly. Third one is the government. So military, US military and government, early adopters of cloud computing. Their cloud incorporates social, mobile and analytics technologies, and also they must adhere to the strict compliance and security measures. So they are keeping their information in the cloud, military information and government important files they are keeping in the cloud. The service provider will give the assurance that the security in the cloud. Next, coming to the big data analytics. Cloud computing helps the data scientist to analyze the various data patterns to identify the relationship between the data points and insights for better predictions, to take the predictions in the data, and so that they can take the decisions well in advance. So there may be some open source big data development analytics tools available like Cassandra, Hadoop, etc. for doing the big data analytics in the cloud. Communication. So cloud computing provides network-based access to the communication tools like emails, social media, WhatsApp, All these are using the cloud computing infrastructure to facilitate the users communication. All the information is stored in the service provider hardware only instead of their devices. As a user, they are going to be exchanging the information. This feature will be provided by the cloud. Business process. Nowadays, the business process like emails, ERF, customer relationship management, and document management have become cloud-based services. All these are the examples of the cloud-based services. These are offering by the respective service providers. Software as a service has become the most important method for enterprises. Some examples, if we take the SaaS, Salesforce, HubSpot. In these software as a service provider, we are not going to install any softwares. Rather, directly we are accessing their services. Gmail comes under the examples of software as a services. I'm not going to install the Gmail in my system. Rather, I will create the account in the Gmail and I'm going to access the Gmail service. So Gmail service comes under software as a service. I can share the information to the other users as a mails. Next, Facebook, Dropbox and Gmail. Facebook, so nowadays the most people are using the Facebook to share the information in the form of images, audios, videos or documents. So easily we can share the information. Facebook also comes under one cloud services. Dropbox allows user to store access files to up to 2 GB for free. After that it will charge. It also provides easy backup feature. And social networking platforms like Facebook, it demand powerful hosting to manage and store data in real time. Similarly, Gmail also offers storing your data up to 15 GB. And if your data exceeds beyond the 15 GB, you have to purchase. So all these are the examples of cloud computing.